welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to start a challenge for the week. Today is Monday, so I just kind of worked out perfectly. But I wanted to let Siri decide how many pages that I will be reading every night this week. I have off today and tomorrow, and then I'm working late Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I think I'm going to ask to pick like between 1 and 120 pages. I usually read about a page a minute, so that puts me like between an hour and 2 hours of reading every night. So for today and tomorrow that should be pretty easy, but I do have some homework that I want to try to prioritize. I am really excited. I am starting When in Rome by Sarah Adams. It is like the middle of November right now, so I feel like this is the perfect like quick read to just like start getting me into like a little bit of a holiday mood. It's about a pop star who tries to like run away from her life of fame and runs into a guy who is like trying to take over his pie shop from his grandma. And it just seems really sweet. I feel like it's giving me Thanksgiving vibes. I feel like pie, I only really ever think about with Thanksgiving. Small town. I wouldn't say like enemies to lovers, but like they definitely don't start off liking each other. And I think he's kind of grumpy. I've read a couple of books by Sarah Adams before and I've enjoyed them. So I'm excited to start reading this. And like I said, I'm going to just ask Siri how many pages I should read, and we will see how much I need to get to today. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 120. So it's a really small number. It's 33 for today. So it looks like there's a chapter on page 37. So I'm probably going to try to get to chapter 5. So last night I read to page 37 of When in Rome, and at first when I got the 33 pages or whatever, I thought it was like very little for having the day off, but I ended up being really glad that I didn't have to read a ton, because in the afternoon I ended up having just like a really bad headache, and I think I was just dehydrated, but I ended up taking a nap, and then when I woke up my boyfriend was back from work and we'd told each other that we were going to decorate for Christmas when he got back from work. But I feel a lot better this morning. My headache is completely gone. I have some homework to do, but not too much. So I definitely have some time to read today. So we're gonna see how many pages we need to read. Pick a number between 1 and 120. So we got 55 for today, so I'm not sure exactly how many pages that is, and I am too lazy to do math. So 37 and 55, around page 92. So we'll see if there's a chapter around that point. So there's a new chapter on page 95, so I think I'm going to try to get to that point. And with this challenge and this book specifically, because it's a bit of a shorter book, I'm really hoping to just be able to finish this book by the end of the week. And I feel like doing these challenges kind of forces me to sit down and read, which I love, because I love reading, but I don't know, sometimes when I get home from work I just don't think about reading. It's not like the first thing that my brain is like, hey, we should pick up a book. To do my reading this morning, and then probably not do as much this afternoon. I'll do some homework this afternoon, but I will let you guys know when I read the pages and let you know how the book is going as well. Alright, so it is like just before 11 o'clock right now. It's 10:50, and I just a little bit ago made it to page 95, chapter 12. So I made it to my 55 page goal, and it definitely took less time than I thought. I feel like this challenge is going to be a pretty easy one, but at the same time, like, I still read for like an hour, but I am enjoying the book so far. It's definitely a lot like Sarah Adams' other books. I've read the cheat sheet and the rule book, and you can tell like her writing style is the same. She has like really good banter. She kind of writes the characters as like a little bit like, I hate to say it, but like cringy, like they're a little bit embarrassing. And it's, I think because she's like writing so much of like their inner monologue, and like she's trying to make them quirky, but I don't mind it. It's not like it's too overwhelming. I feel like, I remember the cheat sheet was a little bit too much because she was like, I feel like talking about like TikTok trends or like something. Like I remember that one being a little bit much. But this is my first book by her that I've read that wasn't like a sports romance, and I think I like this better. I feel like I haven't read any other sports romances, but because she kind of writes in like a quirky way, it doesn't feel like super realistic. Like she's making these super quirky, funny athletes in those other books. So for this one, I feel like it kind of makes sense. Like he's this grumpy baker, and I like that because it's just like the concept of like he works with such sweet things. He doesn't even like pie, but he owns a pie shop for his grandma. I'm like a third of the way done with the book right now, and I'm definitely excited to continue it. I am enjoying it so far. I think so far this might be my favorite book that I've read by her, but like I said, I'm only comparing it to two other ones, but I definitely am excited to pick up more books by Sarah Adams in the future. Alright, so it is Wednesday night now. I just got home from work, and I'm about to sit down and do some reading, so I wanted to ask Siri how many pages I needed to read tonight. I ended up not doing any more reading yesterday. I ended up working on homework for a ton of time and got a really good start on my paper. But that being said, I am on page 95 still of When in Rome, but I'm still hoping to try to finish this book by the end of the week. So let's see how many pages we need to read tonight. Pick a number between 1 and 120. So I got 30, but I feel like I'm gonna ask one more time and see if I can get a little bit of a higher number. Pick a number between 1 and 120. There we go. 72. I know I cheated a little bit, but I cheated it for more pages instead of less at least. So I'm on page 95. So let's see, we need to get to about page 167. So chapter 21 starts on page 170. So I think I'm going to try to get up to that point tonight, and if I make it to there, that should put me past the halfway point into the book. And since it's Wednesday night, I feel like that's perfect, because then between Thursday, Friday, and I'm not sure how much of the weekend I'm going to continue this. Let's get to reading. So it is Thursday night now, and I was actually stuck at work pretty late tonight, so it's 8:15 right now, and I'm just reheating some dinner, so definitely a later night. But last night I did read to page 170, chapter 21, so I'm over halfway done with the book at this point, which is fantastic, and I'm going to see how much I need to read for tonight. I'm really hoping for a lower number just because it is so late that I'll probably only be able to read for about an hour or so. But we will see what we get. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 100. So I got 30. I feel like Siri definitely loves to pick the lower numbers because yesterday I had to like re-ask for the number multiple times in order to get like something that was above like 30. I'll probably read a little bit over 30 pages. I'll probably try to get to page 205, which is chapter 26, which is like 34, 35 pages. But I think that would be a great point to get for the night. And then at that point I'll have like, I don't know, like right around 100 pages left of the book. Hey guys, so it is Friday night now and I am about to head to bed, which means I'm about to start reading for the night. It's pretty late tonight, it's already 9:30, but I got home a little late and then I just hung out with my boyfriend, we watched TV, ate dinner. But since it's Friday night, I don't have to like get to bed quite as early. But I made it to page 205 last night, so I am a good chunk of the way through this book. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 100. So we got 61 for tonight. So we'll see how far we make it. I'll probably get fairly close, but knowing that it's 9:30, I might end up falling asleep before getting there, but 61 pages isn't bad. What's this at, like page 267, and there's a chapter at page 268. So I'm probably going to try to get to there tonight. Such a weird combination of like, he's supposed to be like the grumpy guy, but he's so sweet too, that it's like, he's grumpy because he's not like overly excited and happy all the time, but he is just so sweet. It's just like a different kind of personality. Good morning guys, it is like just after 12 now and I am just starting to kind of sit down and read my book for the day. I had just like a leisurely morning. We made some cinnamon rolls, I watched some TV, and now like college football stuff is starting, so my boyfriend's gonna be watching that. For the rest of the day, I'm going to probably work on some homework, but also try to do some reading, so I thought I'd figure out what my goal was for the day. So let's figure out. I made it to page 263 last night. I think that's what my goal was supposed to be. So I have only like 50 pages left of the book, so I'm planning on finishing it today and then picking up a second book to start for the week. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 120. Alright, so I got 92 pages for today, which I'm actually not too upset about because it's the weekend, so I have plenty of time to read. So this book has 306 pages. I'm going to read 43 pages of this, and now I forgot what it was. I think it was 91. So I'll have to read like 48 pages of whatever other book I pick up. I am going to just kind of read throughout the day and I'll update you guys probably later this afternoon, this evening. Probably when I'm selecting what book I want to read next. I am about to head to dinner, but I just finished reading When in Rome and I'll post like a full review on my like monthly wrap up. But I enjoyed it. It was definitely a good small town. Really felt like a good fall read, but now I'm excited to jump into another book that is on my November TBR. So the next book that I'm going to pick up is Never Lie by Freed McFadden. I'd read the first chapter of this book in October, but it was right after The Boyfriend came out and I just decided I was more excited to read her new release. But I am really excited for this one. I know this one takes place like in winter time, so I'm excited to like have just another atmospheric like book. It's starting to get cold outside, so I feel like this is going to be the perfect book to start now that it's the end of November and I have to get to page 48 of this book tonight, so I'm going to start reading it as soon as I am back from dinner. And yeah, this is gonna be a great book for this challenge because it's such like a fast-paced book that I feel like I can easily get through 48 pages with like ease. Hey guys, so it is Sunday night now, and I didn't get a chance to update you guys this morning, but last night I read to page 50 of Never Lie, and I feel like it was at a really like intriguing spot. They just like found a secret room in the house. We're starting to learn like a little bit more. I feel like Freida McFadden has a good way of like jumping in and getting me like interested in what's going on in the book right away. So I feel like the first chunk of her books are always like very engaging, and then it's kind of late right now. Not like that late, but it's just after 6 o'clock. I had some friends over and we did like a craft afternoon, so I like spent the morning getting ready for that and then hung out with them. But now that I've had dinner, I am ready to do a little bit of reading. So I wanted to see how many pages I need to do for the last day of the challenge. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 120. So I got 56. So I feel like that is very doable. So I just need to make it to page 106. Hey guys, so I just made it to page 107 of Never Lie. It's like 9 o'clock now, so I am about to head to bed, but I made it to my goal for the day, and specifically this one because some of the chapters are like transcripts from like her cassettes that are around the house. So like those chapters just really fly by. I have like a few ideas of what I think might be the plot twists, but I feel like I tend to guess one thing and then like as the story progresses I learned like that's not what's gonna happen. But I'm definitely enjoying it so far, and I really enjoyed this challenge. I think I started When in Rome at the start of this challenge, but I don't actually remember. I may have been a little bit into it. But I did read like a full book plus a little bit in the last like week or so, which is really good progress for me. And we have about a little over, I think right 1 week left of the month, and I have 4 books left on my TBR for the month. And I know I'm not going to get to all of them, but I still have made it through a fair number of my books that were on my TBR, and I had a really slow start to the month. Yeah, I really had a fun time with this challenge. I love anything that kind of like convinces me to read instead of sitting on my phone as soon as I come home from work. I feel like, I don't know, filming these challenges just like reminds me that like I can pick up a fun book when I get home from work, because I feel like just because I haven't been in a fantasy mood doesn't mean I haven't been in a reading mood. But that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I had a ton of fun with this challenge. I feel like I'll do more challenges like this in the future, especially as I'm wrapping up my semester. If you guys like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I post videos every single week. And if you guys have any challenges you want to see me do, I would love some suggestions. But if you guys like the video, please comment down below what book was your favorite for November so far. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.